Ancient Egypt, a civilization renowned for its grandeur and longevity, has captivated historians and enthusiasts for centuries. Its history, a rich tapestry woven with tales of pharaohs, pyramids, and powerful deities, continues to fascinate and intrigue us. Yet, like any historical narrative, the story of ancient Egypt is not without its myths and misconceptions. One such myth surrounds the Hyksos, a people often portrayed as foreign invaders who violently conquered Egypt and ushered in a period of darkness and decline. This narrative, however, is far from the complete picture. Recent archaeological discoveries and reinterpretations of historical evidence have challenged this long-held belief, painting a more nuanced and complex picture of the Hyksos and their rise to power in Egypt. For years, the Hyksos were depicted as a sudden, disruptive force, sweeping into Egypt from the Levant and imposing their rule through brute force. This narrative, popularized by ancient Egyptian sources written after the Hyksos period, painted them as outsiders, barbarians who disrupted the natural order of Egyptian society. However, emerging scholarship tells a different story. Archaeological evidence increasingly suggests that the Hyksos were not foreign invaders, but rather a group that had been present in Egypt for centuries, gradually integrating into Egyptian society and culture before eventually rising to prominence. This revised understanding of the Hyksos challenges us to re-examine our assumptions about ancient Egyptian history and the dynamics of power and cultural exchange in the ancient world. It underscores the importance of questioning traditional narratives and seeking a more nuanced understanding of the past. By delving into the archaeological record and re-examining existing evidence, we can begin to unravel the true story of the Hyksos, shedding light on their origins, their rise to power, and their lasting impact on Egyptian civilization. This essay delves into the fascinating history of the Hyksos, challenging the traditional narrative of foreign invasion and exploring their complex relationship with Egyptian society. Drawing upon recent archaeological discoveries and reinterpretations of historical evidence, we will uncover the truth about the Hyksos, revealing a story of gradual integration, political maneuvering, and a profound impact on Egyptian civilization. Recent research has dramatically shifted our understanding of the Hyksos, moving away from the simplistic narrative of foreign invasion and revealing a more intricate story of cultural interaction and assimilation. A groundbreaking study by archaeologists at Bournemouth University, based on analysis of human remains, animal bones, and pottery, offers compelling evidence to suggest that the Hyksos had been present in the Nile Delta region of Egypt for centuries before their rise to power. The Bournemouth University study, published in the journal PLOS One, examined archaeological remains from Tel El Daba, an important Hyksos site in the eastern Nile Delta. The findings revealed a gradual increase in the presence of people with non-Egyptian cultural practices, including burial customs and pottery styles, dating back over 300 years before the Hyksos established their rule. This suggests a prolonged period of interaction and integration between the Hyksos and the native Egyptian population, challenging the notion of a sudden, violent takeover. Furthermore, the study's analysis of animal bones revealed a continuity in livestock practices from the pre-Hyksos period to the Hyksos era, indicating that the Hyksos adopted and adapted to existing agricultural practices rather than imposing their own. This gradual integration is further supported by the presence of Hyksos individuals with Egyptian names, suggesting intermarriage and cultural assimilation. The evidence from Tel El Daba and other sites paints a picture of the Hyksos not as foreign invaders, but as a group that gradually integrated into Egyptian society, adopting local customs and practices while maintaining aspects of their own culture. This long process of acculturation set the stage for their eventual rise to power, which, as we shall see, was facilitated by internal conflicts and political instability within Egypt itself. While the Hyksos' integration into Egyptian society played a crucial role in their rise to power, it was the internal turmoil and political fragmentation within Egypt that ultimately provided the opportunity for their ascension. By the 17th century BCE, Egypt, once a unified and powerful empire, had descended into a period of political instability and fragmentation. The once mighty pharaohs of the Middle Kingdom had lost their grip on power, and local governors, nomarchs, exerted increasing independence, challenging the central authority of the pharaoh. This period of decentralization and internal strife created a power vacuum that the Hyksos, by this time a well-established and influential group within Egyptian society, were able to exploit. They strategically forged alliances with disgruntled factions within Egypt, leveraging their economic and military prowess to gain a foothold in the Nile Delta region. Rather than a swift and violent conquest, the Hyksos' rise to power was a gradual process of consolidation, marked by strategic alliances and opportunistic maneuvering within the context of a crumbling Egyptian state. The Hyksos, despite their origins outside of the traditional Egyptian power structure, demonstrated a keen understanding of Egyptian politics and culture. They adopted Egyptian titles, religious practices, and even hieroglyphic writing, further legitimizing their rule and solidifying their position within Egyptian society. Their reign, far from being a period of cultural decline as traditionally portrayed, saw continued economic prosperity and cultural innovation, with the Hyksos introducing new technologies such as bronze working and the horse-drawn chariot to Egypt. The Hyksos' rise to power serves as a powerful example of how internal divisions and political instability can create opportunities for ambitious groups to challenge the existing order. Their story underscores the complex and often messy nature of power transitions in the ancient world, where cultural assimilation, political maneuvering, and opportune timing could converge to reshape the political landscape.